Okay, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to look at some puts that I sold today. I think I sold one call and also talk about how the market being at an all-time high is making me nervous when selling puts. But before we get started, if you're new to this channel, I've been documenting me selling options on the side for some extra income and just seeing how that works. If it works well, hopefully that motivates you, and if it doesn't, hopefully that at least entertains you. If that sounds cool, please consider subscribing. My goal is 1,000 subscribers, and you guys have been killing it. I think I'm at 80 subscribers in the last 12 days or so, which is crazy. And I also put out a poll today, and I'm going to do this more often just because I think it's fun to engage. And maybe I'll put silly questions out there as well and not make them, so cookie cutter. But I'm just curious what everyone thinks because the market just doesn't seem to stop. And I asked, how's the rest of the week going to go? We only got 4 votes so far, but all of them said green. So out of the 4 people that voted, every single one thinks it's going to continue to rise. And if you haven't voted yet and you have a different opinion or you have the same opinion, please go check out this poll. I think it's fun to engage with you guys. And if we move on over to my trusty spreadsheet, here are all of the puts and calls that I sold today. If you watched my last video, we talked about how I'm going to try to trade the wheel on Pinterest. So that's what this call is right here. I also sold another put on Pinterest today and made $22 in premium. This one at a strike of $30. And then I sold another put of Sofi at a strike of $13 that expires this Friday, gaining me $23 in premium. And something I said I wouldn't do, I sold another put of Walgreens with a strike of $9. This one expires next Friday, and I made $21 in premium off of that. This one is probably the most risky, I would say, of the ones that I've sold in my personal opinion, just because Walgreens itself has this big question mark about it. And then I'm continuing to trade the wheel on the SPY, and I sold a put at $5.97 for tomorrow. So the expiration is actually not 11/11, it's 11/12. And I gained $64 in premium. I sold this more towards the morning or early afternoon, and if I waited a little bit longer, I probably could have gotten more premium because the SPY actually went down. But that's okay. But the fact of the matter is the SPY and SoFi are, well, SPY's at, all-time highs. And SoFi, I don't know if it's at all-time high, but it's at 52-week or multiple year high, I should say. And to me, this can be kind of scary when selling puts, because when the market's at a really high point and you start to sell puts, in the back of your mind, you might be like, well, what if this, is the top of the peak? And so really, I've been buying to close a lot of these as well. If we go back, you'll see a lot of them I bought to close, and most of them have not been assigned. And then something else that I'm just reminding myself is I can always roll these options if they end up in the money. And I don't want to acquire the shares just at this point. And aside from Walgreens, really, I have faith in every one of these companies. And like I said, Walgreens, I think, is the riskiest play of this bunch. But I wouldn't mind selling the wheel, and that's why I'm kind of taking that risk. I have 2 puts currently, one in the money, one not in the money. And I'm kind of wondering, what if I just let this $10, if it still is in the money by next Friday, what if I just let it get assigned to me and start trading the wheel on it? So we can decide if I want to trade the wheel or roll out that option in the future. And honestly, what I think I'm going to do is just slowly keep selling puts on SoFi. I sold a couple of the calls that I bought a bit ago for maybe $400 profit or so, and kept the other 3. And just going to use that money to wait and see if SoFi ever dips, I can go ahead and sell some puts, or just continue to sell puts in general. And if we look at SoFi puts and we go to sell a put for this Friday, there is still some pretty good premium on the $13 put. In fact, it's almost at 1%, which I deem is pretty good. But I've already sold 2 at $13, and with it being at multi-year highs, I find it pretty daunting to continue to sell puts at that price. But we'll see what happens the rest of the week. We'll see if my mindset changes. Of course, I'll keep you guys updated, and hopefully you found this video entertaining. And I hope to see you in a future video.